Special episode, Big Motion, Unk and Big Smoking. You dig? Respect to my conglomerate. Today, we move on one mission, one vision, one intention. That's to push the culture forward. You dig? Today, we separate the sharks from the marks. Speaking on the days of fads in the culture, things we've been facing, what artists been facing, and also how the FBI has us targeted. Let's get it. Yo, Southside, man, what's happening with you, man?
What's going on, huh?
I'm glad
All
you
right.
tapped in with me today.
For sure,
man.
for sure.
It was very important that I had an artist here, to really, give their opinion on what's really going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Prayers go up to Ben 10. You dig what I'm saying? Offset, salute, R.I.P. to him. You did. What else we had going on?
What? Gucci Man, the Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty, man. Shout out to Gucci Man, this camp, man. Prayers go to Pooh Shiesty. You dig what I'm saying?
Artists is no longer rapping and becoming streamers, man. That's what it looked like. Everybody jumping to the streaming game. They don't want to rap no more.
Man, what was your first thoughts when you first heard about the Pooh Shiesty, the Gucci incident?
I was hoping it was fake. I was hoping it was fake.
No plan, yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't real. Yeah, Gucci Man is one of my, in my top 5 when it come down to the modern day rappers, man. And Pooh Shiesty most definitely is in my top 5 when it comes to the young, the youngins. And I just know the music they used to put together, it was jamming and they just seemed like they had that proper chemistry. So I hated, I really didn't want that to be real, but things happen in life.
Well, when it comes to the deals, I've been hearing a lot of artists speak emotionally, when they first meet with labels, they may respect the label because, maybe because the executives may be black or people they working with are black or they seem cool. What do you think the misconception that the artist is getting when they're looking at this, and what are they mislooking at?
I think that they bring that loyalty that they have for their friends and their family to whoever put them in a position that they've never been in before, or show them something they never had, or whatever the case may be. Because that's normally what you see nowadays. If someone can show you something different than what you have, that's their OG now, or that's their big homie, or whatever the case may be. So like when the record label or whoever the case is able to show you something different than what your family show you, of course you're gonna try and apply, especially if you come from the streets or from that type of background, you're gonna apply that same method and culture to anything that you feel like is keeping it real with you. Let's say like that.
In this game, without the artist development stage, no longer being in the game, we speak all the time how, a lot of artists haven't been spoken to and they really acting out of traumas, things of that sort, really taking the business for the streets. Give me an understanding of where artists would be at when they meet with these labels and it seems like everything is on the up and the incline, but then when reality sets in, thoughts change. Tell me, where is an artist's mind at when they're actually signing this deal at first and looking at this team that could possibly make them a success?
Well, from my personal From my personal point of view, it's like finally finding that woman that you can bring home to your mama, the woman that you feel like you may be able, that you can spend the rest of your life with, that you can build the foundation and the family and everything that that the draw out map of how life's supposed to be. When you find that woman, it's just like finding their right record label. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you signing that deal and you marrying that woman, you just know everything. You know everything peaches and cream, and you can't see anything past the peaches and cream. You know what I mean? And that's my personal take on it. How they will look at it.
The understanding that you get when signing these deals, it seemed like once the deal is understood, the advance is passed. The money is then looked at to be recouped, and there's no longer any money being passed out. A lot of times the artist now wants off the label, feel it's unfair. Now, if we look at it both ways, artist has the right to feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the label side of it. When they're looking at money they haven't recouped or sales you're just not making, of course they're not going to continue to invest. And if they do invest, that's only going to keep you in the red even more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you dig what I'm saying?
But it's just like going back to the marriage thing. Once the honeymoon part is over with in the marriage, and you start actually going through certain problems or certain, you know what I'm saying, obstacles in your marriage, right. That's what define how far y'all gonna make it in marriage. Because just like with that label, the minute it looks slow and it start drying up, you know, some of these artists is gonna badmouth on the label publicly, right. No different than when a man and woman get into it and they're on Facebook shaming one another, or whatever the case may be. So it's like it's almost like that same method. So you can kind of understand why the artist is deeply invested in it, because it's like they're marrying right. Their Cinderella. But like you also saying with the label, me being a label owner, most definitely everything that I put into you, I'm expecting to see back, plus see something over. May not double, but I still need to see something over than what I put into you, because then if not, then I bust. You know what I mean? So I understand both ends.
Now, when we see artists, you know, from back in the day that was in the game, that maybe couldn't produce, you know, those sales and get that commercial hit, mm-hmm. as most did back in that time. They made money other ways, you know, merch, you know, branding deals, things like that, which mm-hmm. brought over the 360 deal, where the label gets a part of everything that you do. Artists nowadays have to have the understanding. Let's take the Pooh Shiesty incident. For one, he could have contacted his attorney. Mm-hmm. Find out, is there any gaps in the contract? Outage clauses. Payout. You did? Or should I say buyout?
Buyouts, yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe the reason why Pooh Shiesty felt like that, the level he was getting on, branding deals, all that is coming through. Gotti and his crew did a lot with him. He, you know, there's no telling what Gotti offered him. Mm-hmm. And he sees the money coming. He feel like he's done his time. He's put in his work, but not understanding it contractually. He hasn't completed that. He's obligated to that.
Well, from what I've been getting, you know, and I'm really not really invested in that, because, you know, we got so many things we really got to take care of as men. We can't really invest into their business like that. But what I'm getting from what I gathered from watching like the Triller Too Legit,
right.
You know what I'm saying, and certain podcast people, shout out to all of y'all. Pooh Shiesty came home feeling a certain type of way about how Gucci Mane and his wife handled his cousin, which was Big Scar.
Now let's pause right there.
Go ahead.
Unless you and your cousin contractually are committed to this contract with Gucci. Should be the only time you have something to say about anyone. What your cousin and Gucci got going, much as I hate to say, because I know how we feel about family, has nothing to do with you.
You're absolutely correct.
You understand what I'm saying? The money, he said, and his mother also, replayed the same thing and said that Gucci Man approximately made about $25 million while he was locked up. Now, I don't have the numbers. I don't know the books.
No.
But if that's the case, even if he wanted to buy out his contract, if Gucci made $25 million off him, Gucci is going to think of the years that he do have left on the contract and what he made, and try to reach as close as he can to that. So if he made 25, why not ask him for 60?
Right.
Why not ask him for 50?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it has to start off with a conversation. And see, even in the streets, in the hood, conversation is probably the last thing that we do.
It's like, most definitely.
Come to business.
Well, because of structure, different generations. Because back in the game, it was communications, because you couldn't just do certain things, move certain ways without consequences.
Absolutely.
So therefore, it used to be that way. I want to chalk it up to inexperience and age, because Pooh Shiesty is like 24, 25 years old.
Right.
Out the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, probably never seen that type of money before. I don't know his financial background, but once when you come from nothing, basically, or come from the low end of the stick, and you reach that totem pole and you don't educate yourself.
And you already been there 5 years, so I can understand that, but it's a way you handle it. This is business at the end of the day.
And so what he did was revert back to what he knows. So from me personally, from 5 years ago to now, I most definitely know I've grown and improved and learned more as a man. He was locked up. If you didn't improve and learn something and grow as a man, that's like letting you know that was still a childish mind state, because at the end of the day, that was an emotional thing. But this is alleged, because I don't really know. I'm not from Atlanta. But if what they said happened, then that was emotional versus business, because you're absolutely correct. He could have easily got with one of his lawyers and, hey man, I need you to pen for pen this. I need you line for line this, to actually go over something to see what we can do.
Well, being in a position where he felt like he've already offered his services. And he's finished. For him to have to share with Gucci these new adventures and these new ventures, it's like, well, I guess he felt like absolutely not. Because the label is going to benefit off everything too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. Atlantic should have stepped into a lot of that, because true enough, he signed to 10-17. Atlantic is the top dog over 10-17. So he may, they may say Gucci Man, quote unquote, made 25 million, but I don't think that's Gucci Man number. I think that's Atlantic's number. Atlantic, you know what I mean? Like, we got to think, you know what I'm saying? Well, when these labels go to, sign the whole label to a bigger label, you got to think somebody got to get some percentages out of this. And, I'm not knocking Pooh Shiesty, because he's a hell of an artist, but if Gucci Man made 25 million off of him, if there's somebody that's paying Gucci Man this 25 million, he didn't make 100 million. Pooh Shiesty music is not making $100 million, because we know how business go. Nobody's gonna do business with somebody where they're not gonna see no profit, just on anything. And that's whoever dealing with Gucci Man, and that's going lower than from Gucci Man lower. So if Gucci Man made 25 million, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, if y'all saying he made that, then you trying to tell me that Atlantic made at least 100 million off of Pooh Shiesty? And we all know Shiesty, and we all know that that's not true.
Usually when artists get into the music game, they expect it because of what they see, because of what the game displays. They tend to think that it's a bunch of money being made. Let's speak on
the facts.
Artists swimming in debt.
Facts. When you come in to them, they don't have no place to stay, ain't got a job, got baby mamas, on probation. You know what I'm saying?
80% of the
you know
bread
what I'm saying? Yeah, you already covered in owing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So of course they gotta give you the little pins and the little tricks and ponies, the little 5 here, the little 10 here, the 20 here, because that's the, you know what I'm saying, that's to keep you coming back. But at the end of the day, they didn't really paid you your money by paying for your diapers when your kid needed diapers, and you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, business is business, and we get business and obligations of what friendship and family is twisted up and blurred so much.
And you know, that's the thing. We you know, I was listening to some artists that's also that was part of 1017 and no longer. Also, there's something that got dropped that felt like, you know what I'm saying, we never seen Gucci Mane. He never pulled up to a session, or if he, you know, he did, it was very few times, or very few times he spoke to us. A lot of times when artists are assigned to other artists, artists will tend back to look at their career and be working on themselves and expecting you to make moves. And once they see the moves that you're making and the tide that you're building, they'll build upon that.
Mm-hmm.
But until they see you moving, there's no movement. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And people have to understand that the money that you get, you work hard for. The thing is to make sure that you sign in the right thing. You have the right people around you and an entertainment lawyer to explain to you exactly all the clauses in this contract, all the wants, what is required of the label, what are their obligations, what's your obligations.
Definitely.
You know what you're committing to. You understand what I'm saying? When you don't know, and then you start getting into the point where in your career where you could get that 40,000, 50, 80,000 a show, we'll tend to forget about the business part and do more entertaining. And I think that's where we kind of lose ourselves.
Right.
You did? Becoming stars. And it's hard, but that's why you have a team. You know what I'm saying? You're not expected to know all these things yourself. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I want to touch on now is
before you go too far.
Go ahead.
So do you think that Gucci Mane was obligated to pay for Big Scar's funeral and give Big Scar family money and all that stuff? Which basically, if what the rumors is in the streets is true, that's what everything really stems down back to.
It depends on how you speaking of it. I mean, if you speaking hood wise, yes, the hood gonna expect you to pay.
Well, we talking business, yeah.
Is it contractual?
Because
is it in the contract?
What I think, and you're absolutely right. If it's not in the contract, no. But I think that we have to start pushing from 26 on now, man. Is no hood in business. There's no O's in business, so you can't put hood in business.
No, that's a fact.
You feel me?
That's a fact.
So like that's what we gotta do, because the more we take the hood, the emotions, the I feel this way, and actually go off of logic and actual facts, the more we deviate from having problems.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. It's 10% luck, 20% skill. skill. 15% concentrated power of will. 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
We in a game where since it began, it was about image.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, image means so much. If you don't look rich, that means you're not popular.
Facts.
What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, because of my era, which was a lot of like, which is the 90s to the 2000, I say like 2005, 8 era. Or we can go to 10. A lot of faking it till you make it. Tricked our minds. You know, from the Migos going to that store in Atlanta, they got all the cheap knockout things, you know what I'm saying? And we see them wearing Gucci, Versace, and all that, thinking that they got all the money for that type of stuff. Or somebody going to the middle of the mall buying their jewelry, or, you know what I mean? It's just the whole facade of the people in the 90s faking it till they make it. And, you know, I can only speak on that because, you know, I was born in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure the 80s rappers was doing a lot of faking it till they make it too. So it's like, that's like the faking it till you make it tricked our minds that we got to have it before we can grab it.
And that's a fact. You know, once a artist get in the game and start getting real money, 20% hits goes to the manager, 5% to the lawyer, 40% to Uncle Sam, your agent 10%, and your businessman is also 5%, which leaves you with 20 cents on the dollar. So if it wasn't for shows and merch and branding deals, then this game would be in trouble, man.
Most definitely. Which it really is, either way it go. Like, because them artists is not paying all that, the labels is paying it.
Yes.
And the people that's independent that don't have a team, don't have an actual real machine behind them, they still ain't paying all them different bills like that.
Right.
So therefore, you got some managers taking 30, you got some lawyers taking 50.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really know the business, because they ain't really got the right team and infrastructure or the actual machine, which is a big label that's not going to let, you know, like they may do their trickery amongst they, you know, they're going to do their trickery before you see it. You feel me? But if you don't have somebody that can buff the trickery before you see it, you don't want to see the trick in your face. Put it like that.
You know, episode 1 in Big Motion, we spoke on, you know, the gatekeepers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just recently, you know, some things happened in Houston, you know, with a gatekeeper.
You talking about
with
Uncle Jay?
Right.
Yeah,
with,
and the Sons
Jay
and
Prince
stuff.
Jr.
Yeah.
In Ben 10.
So I don't exactly know what's going on with the Ben 10 stuff. You said his name before, so let me know what's going on.
Ben 10 is the best friend of NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
And he was shot just the other day, getting in a confrontation with someone, you know, trying to, you know, take their chain, which is something that's real popular in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new that was being done.
Just take these silver and moissanite jewelry.
You know, they said it, but it was initially about a beef. And in rap, it seems like that gets the most numbers, the most attention.
Facts.
So it seems attractive to the artist to participate in. You did. What are your thoughts on the checking in or tapping in with people from out of town, and at the same time dealing with folks from out of town when you go do these shows and being prepared?
Man, I'm big on respect. So if I know someone in the area that I'm going to that I'm not from, I don't mind tapping in with them just to let them know, hey, I'm gonna be in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come holler at me. I'm not looking for no security. Like, I'm not gonna tell them that. I'm not calling them for that. It's just on some respect. You know what I'm saying? You might, you know what I'm saying? You know, I might want to smoke. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I might not. You know, I'm not traveling with it. So, you know what I'm saying? When I pull up in your city, You know what I'm saying? I know my bro know where is, hey bro, you know what I'm saying? Put me in, you feel me? Turn me up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Or it might be some underlying things going on in a city that we don't know about, that we don't want to put ourselves or get caught up in. Like, you know, the feds may be hot in their city, you know, and they might be doing a lot of shooting and killing in their city. So, or this gang and this gang beefing. So it's like, hey bro, you don't want to go in this area right now. So it's kind of good to be tapped in with the locals. And that's just me. I'm big on being like, anywhere I go, I'm gonna give them respect because it's their land, but I demand respect as well. So it's like, you know, I rather give it to show you that's the type of man I am, and then hope, you know, that you staying on that same principle. You know, and everywhere I done stayed, from Chicago to Virginia to Oklahoma to Fort Worth to Dallas to H-Town, Beaumont, you know what I'm saying, Tyler, Texas. Like, I ain't really had too many issues, you know what I'm saying, dealing with people just being on a respectable level. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to step on your toes, but not ducking the niggas.
Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, speaking of the word respect, you know, I can imagine what Gucci Man is going through, you know, as the CEO, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the Snitching allegations, allegedly, you know, and people, you know what I'm saying, speaking down on him at the time.
Can we before we go any further, can we get the true definition of what snitching is, bro? Because snitching, from when I was a young cat to now, it didn't look like the gates thing got bigger, the lines that got blurrier. Like, I don't know, like, because
for them, to be honest with you, you know, it's just my opinion. I feel it's a media thing because, to be honest with you, they were going to be caught anyway because, you know, the white guy that had the box of watches, you know, and they took from him and took the watch, you know, off his wrist. You know, that guy had some real expensive watches with him. And, you know, with him having an Apple tracker connected to them, they were going to find wherever they were anyway. Mm-hmm. Now, again, with them robbing Gucci, the white guy, and even the off-duty police officer, or the retired police officer, that still have to be reported in the things that they stole on the insurance.
That's what I was definitely getting at. I'm pretty sure if I'm a multi-millionaire, all my jewelry, if I'm wearing real jewelry and I'm a multi-millionaire, everything around me gonna be insured up just in case I lose it, because, you know, I'm not a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you look at this ring and this ring, it got some stones missing, and that come from just, you know what I'm saying, like that. And so just by it being insured, you be able to bring it, just like with this one here. Anything happen to this, I can bring that mother back and get it fixed at any time. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what you do. Like, if you lose it, you want to be able to replace it. So that's why I'm asking you about that, because in the street levels of snitching, when I was coming up, it was about, if y'all go do a crime, you know what I'm saying, and y'all get caught. Because mind you, my first time ever going to jail, I was 17. I was still in high school, and it was me and my little brother, and I went to jail for not telling. So I'm just going off of how I was raised. So I was taught that when you do a crime, like I say, when you do a crime and y'all get locked up, and the lawman, because we all know how it goes. If you got something in there that the law's gonna take you out of jail for, and it's 2 people or more people, he gonna ask who it's for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And if you stay, you know, if you tell, oh, it's such and such, and that person go to jail, I thought that was snitching. Or if you tell, you know what I'm saying? Not, these, like I got robbed from my jewelry, and the only way that I can get the money back for the jewelry is to file it on the insurance. Yeah, like that's the only way. I have to have a police report. Like, we have a trucking company, me and my little bro. We were in Lake Charles, and in the city of Lake Charles, in a certain area, they had the power wires lower than what it's supposed to be. Right. Now, mind you, power wires supposed to be at least 15 feet in the air. Right. That's standard. My little bro drove down the street, and one of the power wires tore our whole top of our truck off. You feel me? Our truck is 13.1. There's no way that power wire should even touch that truck. But I'm saying at the same, when you have a business and you have insurance, we had to call and file a police report in order for our insurance to take that up with the city of Lake Charles. So we ain't got to pay for the whole top to get put back on them. They got to pay for that. So I understand business, and that's why I say we might need to kind of take the hood out the business because there's no O's in business.
Not at all, man. And that's we having a misunderstanding that, you know, we feel like people we do business with, we always take personal. I mean, we could do business without being personal. But
we all fall victim of it. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't done it. I most definitely done it, and it's a thing with me because I'm big on loyalty.
Right.
I'm big on when you say you my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like when you I'm the only child, so when you go to calling me your brother, I look at you different. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, it's like you rock with me because you can just say, oh, that's my partner. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's my homie. You ain't gotta call me your brother. A brother is intimate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I say, I can see where, it's the 24-year-old Southside being signed to Gucci Man and my cousin then died, and I feel like you played him wrong or whatever, and you could have did more than him. I could see him going with the move than what he did. But the grown man, me at 41, hell no. Because what is it gonna accomplish? You just came home. You already interrupted your career. You had a hit career. You know what I'm saying? You interrupted your career. You just came back home, and now you're fixing to go back. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you may not. I don't know. This may be a stunt. We don't know how Hollywood is. You know, we got the president with us at war with Iran. This may be a proxy so we don't pay attention to what they got going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We don't know. But I pray for everybody in this situation. Hope y'all make it out of this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, in this game, you know, you always seem like you have to take the biggest losses to get over the biggest hills. You know, what type of experience have you been through in the game, dude? You had to go through something real tough, bro.
Closest people snaking you. Your family, your wife divorcing you. Saying, oh, you know, this no belief in what you're trying to do, no seeing the dream, no seeing the big picture. Your family making you the butt of the joke because what your vision is, they can't nowhere see it. People finding ways to extract money from you, knowing that the things that they really can do for you don't cost a cent, but they'll still find a way to charge you and put a price tag to it.
Wow.
Bro, I done seen it all, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You told me this, and like I had a taste of it, but I didn't really fully understand it until, you know what I'm saying, until I came full circle. And you told me in order to be successful in this game, you got to be willing and prepared to lose everything. And I remember I was opening up for Snoop Dogg, bro, and I was sleeping in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. You feel me?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, when you want something and when God put it on your heart and your mind and he show you what he got for you and he just tell you just keep walking and you can get there, bro, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint the faultiness that I done been through, but I could call it out type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through a lot of it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I done been through a lot of it. I could call out certain shit, but I know it's a whole bunch more shit that I can call out, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I can honestly tell y'all, bro, just stay on your grind. Stay on the mission that you got set for you, man. It's like, it doesn't matter Who tell you no, bro? Like, I've been told, you can't rap, you this, that, and the third, you fat, you ugly, this, you know what I'm saying? It's just as kids, and it's no telling who watching this. So if y'all young, y'all go through certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all that shit, like, I've been told all that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And guess what? It's nothing I said that I was gonna do that I ain't done yet. You feel me?
Yeah.
Real talk.
That's
so like, that's just what it is, man. Like, I appreciate them people. I appreciate the snakes, because I'm not a snake, so I don't need to be around no reptiles, no way. So I need you to show me that you're not, you know what I'm saying? You a snake. Just being real, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things that I just appreciate. I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? And it's no knock to my ex-wife. I wish her the best, but I appreciate her getting out the way for the real woman and the right one to motivate me, to push me to get to where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always taught, and how I always seen the cats that were successful, it was because they got with the right woman that motivated them to get to the next plateau. It wasn't because they was already at the next plateau and then they got the woman. You know what I'm saying? So like, I appreciate all that. I appreciate my children not getting to see have the time with me. That makes sense? Yeah, I do. You know why? Because as I become more successful and as I build more of a foundation, I can't keep this. This shit ain't fall. I don't have a billion years to stay here. You feel me? So if I can't be appreciated now, guess what? Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. You feel me? So that's what I'm on, bro. Like, I miss my pops. Like, I had dreams about my daddy and with my daddy like damn near every other day type shit. And it's because of the foundation he laid, the precedents that he set for me, bro. And it's like, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, either you do what's good and do what's right and you make it in life, or you just keep fucking up and you don't do it. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I talk long-winded. This is my last one. My bro Mike Mitch got killed, bro. Everybody know about Mike Mitch. Long live Mike Mitch, bro. Man, when Mike Mitch got killed, I was in Mail House. We was way in Baytown. I woke up instantly like this. Like, I'm talking about 3 in the morning. I'm like, dog, something feel funny. Something feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Dale came in because he was in there with his girl. Came, bro, why you up? I said, I don't know, bro. Something don't feel right. Then, you know what I'm saying? We was in Baytown, and that shit came on the news in Baytown about Mike getting killed by the laws. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Flash forward like a week later, you know what I'm saying? It's getting ready for funeral time and shit. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Mike Mitch, you know, people doing all the reminiscing or whatever the case may be. And I'm plotting on going to the funeral because I want to go to pay my respects, but this day and age, funerals is not how they used to be. Like, these funerals, this day and age, be fake to me. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like a clout chase type thing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not an honor to it no more. That's how I feel now. You know what I mean? And like, I was like, I told my dad, and like, man, I just hate my partner got killed and woo, woo, woo. And he was like, well, son, you got to look at it like this. He ain't get killed for going to church. So if you got a pops like that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna break it down for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, bro, yeah, it's a tragedy, bro, but you gotta understand the whole circumstances of what's going on. And I say that to say, man, put yourself in the right position to win. That's all. Don't do something that's gonna take you from what you really truly want to do in life, and that's win. That's it.
Remember, every L ain't a loss, it's a lesson.
Real talk.
Always count your blessings.
Facts.
Stay out your emotion.
Nah, that's the quickest way to lose it, man. You lose it all. Lose it all, man. Lose it all. Get you some motion. Leave your emotions and get you some motion, baby.
Big Unk, man.
Yo, Southside, baby.
Tap in. Hear about it on the back end. Let's get it. Bye.
Hey,
man, this internet could be a real dangerous thing. is, you know, I see people all the time, you know, especially, you know, podcasters that try to attach themselves, you know what I'm saying, to people that have motion, man. You know, do you think something like that is even healthy for the culture, bro? I know it helped the culture, you know, promotion wise.
I mean, ain't that what they supposed to do? I mean, either they go find something that's popping or tie themselves to what is popping.
But then it could turn deadly, because see that a lot of times, you know, when we giving our, I mean, I think it's the way we're giving our opinion. I think it's maybe too personal.
Well,
or is it just taken personal?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say that it goes back to Charleston White. I used to say, how y'all gonna be mad for what I say when they got people out here doing shit?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even what they used to say when we was kids, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you.
Not a fact.
Nah, they got some words that'll hurt you for shit show. But I'm just saying, like, you still got to take that into consideration of, you know what I'm saying, how far are you willing to be hurt by these words? What you willing to do? Like when you become a, you know, Unc, you said you've been a man longer than me. When you become a certain age, and when you become a man, you can't move certain ways. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do certain things. You know what I'm saying? A word that a nigga will call you back when you was 21, what you'll do to him, you can't do it at 41. You know what I'm saying? Or at 51 or at 31. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, you know, I noticed you said that's what they supposed to do. You know, I mean, do you think that the internet is just asking for too much from the artists? Because it's really not even about the music no more.
Nah.
It's about your story. So, I mean, you think at this point the internet is really asking for too much?
To be honest, man, I think the world asking too much.
Because, I mean, we pulling out paperwork.
The world asking too much because...
Old gangster stories.
Yeah.
Old beefs.
The world asking too much because it's like their mental capacity level and their actual attention span is so short nowadays. You have to give them something that's going to make them want to dig and keep staying tuned. If not, they're going to be on something else and be on something else after that and on something else after that.
But that's all that sign. The internet is miserable, man. Because, I mean, if anything, you know, it only pumps up, you know, the negative. And it even shows up in the music. That's the things that'll hit the pain.
I wouldn't say the internet. I would say social media. Man. Because the internet has golden opportunities for certain people if you actually search and put your grind down on it.
Right.
So I would say it'd be the social media is more portrayed with more magnifying the mess and the BS and all that type of stuff. Like from your TMZs to your Facebooks to your media takeouts to your shade rooms, whatever, you know, just any type of social media platform. You know what I mean? I think that's really the game changer that's been very detrimental to us.
You know what the real game changer is? Someone needs to tell the real definition of what content is.
Mm-hmm.
Because people even call it beefs content.
Well, I'm a billion and one agreements with you because from most people's understanding, content is just videos.
Mm-hmm. See, we can, as you said, once we gave the invite and the streets got involved, the whole game changed. And I feel that's why the understanding isn't met, because we coming in the game from the streets with that mindset of the streets.
Right.
And we expecting the same results.
Right.
We are expecting the same loyalty.
Facts.
but not understanding the same trust issues
And
we
lack
had
of
in the
education.
streets is walking on 2 feet in the business.
It's lack of education. It's nowhere really that you really can get that at a school or any of that shit neither though. Like when we just sit here and just think about it, like what school can a youngster go to gain those tools? Ain't no school teaching it. Ain't no school teaching you what proper content is, like what is content creating. Like they may have certain avenues and stuff now because we're in 2026, but prior to 2026, like they really didn't have like, you know what I'm saying, people like teaching you the actual what, you know, like the content thing and how to post certain things on social media and this, that. All we had was the people that knew how to do it and the people that didn't know how to do it. The people that knew how to do it was making money off of it, and the people that didn't know how to do it was just posting anything or doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so, you know, like you can't really fault people for, say, for instance, when a guy starts a podcast and they do interviews and stuff, right? The two biggest podcasters that do interviews are who? Vlad TV and Adam22. You know what I'm saying? So what format do you have if you want to do a podcast interview type thing? Your format is what? Either you're gonna do it like Adam22 where he drops 18-minute videos and then he drops the full segment, or you're gonna do it like Vlad where he chopped that motherfucker up to 30 motherfucking segments and then drop the full one later on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not really. That's our teachers when it comes. That's our teachers when it comes down to this social media content and all that stuff. So that's, I mean, like when you don't really have too many. You don't really have too many teachers showing you how to do it. That's why I admire Charleston White, to be honest, because I literally watched him. Like I watched him go from like me and Lil Bro when we started doing the trucking. When we started doing our trucking in Houston, which that was like what I want to say like 2019, 18. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Is when we start, you know, because when you're on the truck, you know, you try and find things that's got hour, you know, that's gonna run for an hour or 2 hours, whatever. And I hear Charleston White talking crazy. So shit, we put him on the truck. Hey, he make our whole day. You know what I'm saying? That back when he was beef with, you know what I'm saying, the people in Fort Worth. That before he became the worldwide that he is now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so to see him do it, to see him go from what he was to what he is now, all from being on that social media, like I commend him. You know what I'm saying? I have never seen no one else do it like this. You know? Like that. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy about that? It go both ways, because whether you are artist or entertainer or just in the business, you know, you have critiques and people gonna look at every post you make and all that. And when they do that, you know what I'm saying, is their time to judge. You do what they think is good and what's not, and what's understood and what's not understood. You dig what I'm saying? Charleston White has built himself a platform, man, that's bigger than everything. That's second to no one.
Facts.
Thing about it is, you know, with Charleston, it just as well as all other great podcasters, I just feel like it has to be a measuring stick to this shit. It has to. It has to be a stop sign somewhere when you're going too far.
Facts.
I mean, you dig what I'm saying?
But it also comes from the people, like the backgrounds of the people too, because like I remember being 5 years old and asking going to the grocery store with my mama and saying, "Mama, can I have this gum?" And she told me no. You know what I'm saying? And so me wanting the gum, I took the gum and put it in my pocket. So when we got home, when I got in the car, and I'm 5, I'm chewing the gum. She see my mouth move. She say, "What you chewing?" I say, gum? She said, oh, you took it from the store, huh? So now, in that instant, it was two ways to go about it, and it ain't no telling how that shit would have played out as far as me as a man. But I got my ass whooped, you feel me? So from that day forward, I don't do stealing, and I damn sure hate being stole from. I hate thieves, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the reason I gave that example is I used to get in trouble for lying. I found out everybody didn't get in trouble for lying.
Mm.
I used to get my ass whooped. I found out everybody didn't get their ass whooped. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like certain things that's a limit to you is not a limit to them because that's not how they were raised.
What do you think us as critics? Do you think we judge by their works more or who they are personally?
I think we judge by what they saying and what's in our face at that prior moment. I don't think nobody looks at the content of the character of the person.
Mm.
Because if you truly look back, like even just with you, you know what I'm saying? If they really look at you, like, you know what I'm saying, this podcast will be having millions of views every time y'all drop Big Motion, dealing with you and Big Mitch, you know what I'm saying? Just of what you actually give into the game and who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Right. The avenues and roads that y'all have traveled, you know what I'm saying? Like the real deal, like, you know what I mean? So it's not meant to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It should be like that, but that ain't how it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? It'll get there though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, but yeah, for sure, bro. Like the measure I was told, like, and that's why, like, once again, I hate to keep bringing bro up, but like Charleston White say, you got the date that you was born and the date that you die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in between, it's a line, right?
Right.
You can live your life in that line, but once you die, it's up to whoever miss you and love you to fill in what they goddamn line gonna say in between when you was born and when you died. You feel me? Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have some people say, hey, he was a hell of a man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have some people say, hey, he was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just trust that you put in the right work and the right grind and touch the right people that's gonna stand up for you. Like my grandfather, he was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? When he died, he had 17 women. When he got killed, because he was killed by the KKK for having his own business in 1960 for being a colored, because he was Indian. Mm. Look, he had 17 women testify at his funeral. You know what I'm saying? At his funeral, you know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Do anybody else have something to say? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
Type shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is all, you know, this is stuff I learned that I got told because my grandfather was killed when I wasn't nowhere here. My daddy wasn't number 3. So this is things that, you know, passed down things, you feel me?
Absolutely.
But just, you know, hey, bro, they gonna talk about you whether you do good or bad, bro. So the whole key thing is, man, make sure you happy. Do what make you happy, bro. You can try your best to please your kids, your wife, your partners, whoever the hell you want to please, bro. But at the end of the day, it's on you in that casket, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be happy. Be comfortable with who you are. Be comfortable with what God gave you. Be comfortable with what you got. Be comfortable with what you have. That's it. Fuck what you want. If you want it, you gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? If it's meant for you, it's coming. So you ain't gotta want it. Just sit back until it comes. It's coming. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, a lot of it is, lastly, what I want to speak on is money management.
Facts. And that's a big thing in our community, bro.
Once we get that opportunity, man, we have to know how to grasp that money and know what to do with the money, where to put the money.
But who is teaching us? Once again, like, we don't have no one teaching us. Like, I'm blessed because my daddy used to, you know what I'm saying, my daddy instilled a lot of principles and things in me, being that he was a businessman, you know what I'm saying? And he always told me it's not about how much money you got, it's about what you do with your money. It's not about how much money you make, it's how you manage it. You know what I mean? And so, like, it's just certain things we not taught in the inner city. It's certain things that we not taught in our household. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, like credit. You know what I mean? Like our parents knew about credit because they had to get something on credit. That's not a conversation that we sit at the dinner table and say, hey, look here, when you get towards 16, you know what I'm saying? 16, 17, 18, they got this shit called credit. Don't put your name on nothing unless you know for 100% sure that you can pay it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't sign no lease agreement, you know what I'm saying, until you got a steady job that you done worked at least 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain shit that we ain't getting told that people go through every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? They got so many people that they had houses and cars put in their name when they were 4 years old and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not taught. But in other races, it's taught. You know what I'm saying? So when the kid get to 18, they got an LLC. They have a trust fund. They have certain things set up. You feel me? Yeah. Because this is what we already been talking about prior to you getting it. And guess what? Mommy and daddy is supposed to set this shit up for you. So guess what? You're going to be set. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to know how to manage it and do what you need to do. And that's just all. And shout out to all those in our race that's teaching our kids that. Because I'm not saying that it's not, we don't have nobody at all teaching. I'm saying, where is the teachers? It's something that should be employed in distributing in school. You feel me? Like, I don't want my kids going to school if they not learning about credit. They not learning about money management. Like, we used to have classes where you had to learn how to write checks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Like, how to open a bank account. How to write up like, of course, in business, you got to write up a business plan to graduate. You know what I mean? How to actually fill out an application the proper way. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that you got to do extra to learn that should just be automatically given to us in the school form or at the house. You know what I'm saying? Because they say the first form of school is home. You know what I'm saying?
The game, you got to make the change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And understand what the problem is first. Once you identify that, and go to it. You dig what I'm saying? But money management is a big issue, man.
Facts.
Feel what I'm saying?
Facts. The things is you have to learn that it's okay not to have. That's the problem. See, we have gotten to where we have to have this. We have to eat this. We have to go here. And our race of people was not that type of people, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our grandparents had cows and, well, I ain't gonna say cows, excuse me, but we had chickens and, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that in the backyard. Why would you go to the grocery store to get some shit that you could get in the backyard type shit? You feel me?
Right.
The ones before them had the cows, you know what I'm saying? The land and shit like, you know what I'm saying? So we wasn't never the people that had to go follow the Joneses, bro. We jumped in this race with the Jones shit, bro, and we just got lost in the sauce, bro. And that's why we got so many people that's lost, and it's sad, bro, but it's a lot of people waking up. It's a lot of people, they see what's going on, bro. You know, it's only for so long you can be, you know what I'm saying, be sleep on some shit. But yeah, bro, like money management is key, bro. Like you could work at McDonald's and live. I seen somebody at McDonald's drive a Benz. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter where you work it, it's about what you do. How you manage it, man. Real talk. Don't go buy no big house and you can't pay for it. What's the point of doing it? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with stop renting to own. Just don't have it until you got enough to pay for it. Because when you go to rent to own, you paying for it 3 times over. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit that even once we get to adulthood that we don't even instill back towards the youth, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
experience is a great teacher.
Yo, you know, like I could do this all day. Like even with me playing football, college ball, right? Full paid scholarship, everything. You know what I'm saying? When they recruited me, they was on some, hey man, we recruited you to start. Woo, woo, woo. Like I've never sat the bench ever. I always played and started everywhere I played at. You know what I'm saying? From Houston to Beaumont, and like they recruited me to start. And like you know what I'm saying? When I get out there to blend and shit, I ain't playing. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And they like, oh, we gonna red shirts. And I'm, I don't really know the terms like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from college. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my daddy went to the same level of college I went to. Scholarship to the football, from football to college. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Got hurt and left, had to leave school type shit. So he don't know nothing about no red shirting and all that shit.
Just know about
you know what I'm saying? Just playing, you feel me? But at the same time, I didn't know on my red shirt we had 13 blue chippers. You feel me? They was preparing us for next year. Right. I'm thinking right now, man, I ain't never like what I'm waiting for. You feel me? Got discouraged and left college, left that shit. You feel me? But I'm saying it to say, if I had someone to let me understand and make me understand what was going on, bro, I wouldn't have got discouraged on it, bro. And that come from lack of knowledge, lack of education. Not saying that we got to be smart on everything, bro, but we have to educate ourselves on situations that we put ourselves in, bro. Especially when it comes with the life, you're in the village for shit, show. But, and you know what's the cold part about it? I had a cousin that was in Washington State, in college, about to go to the league right when I went to college.
Wow.
But our family, with all that, the not talking to one another and all that old stuff from 1962 and 1946, all that crazy shit, I ain't get, had I got to talk to him and he knew what I was doing out here, you know what I'm saying? That he could have gave it, all right, man, kinfolk, don't worry about that. Just but make sure you just work on your grades and, you know what I'm saying, build your speed and your power up. You know what I'm saying? Type shit that I can tell people that's coming to that level in red shirt or coming to that level now, like, don't get discouraged.
Right,
it's just, I can explain to them. That's all we need. Sometimes that's all we need as humans is an explanation. We not popping off because we being fly. Man, just make me understand what you saying. You feel me? Not on no fighting shit, bro. Sometimes what you saying may not make sense to me, so sometimes I might need you to make me understand what you saying. And that's all, because everybody don't have the same understanding level. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes we just gotta cool out and say, maybe he don't understand what I'm saying. So you kick back and say, hey, what part of this you don't understand? You know what I'm saying? Man. For real.
Just to get it straight.
For real, man. Like, but yeah, man, like, I love y'all, bro. I'm gonna give y'all the game, like, especially if it come from me, like, bro, like, the shit that I've been through, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of avenues that I had to walk blindly, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, with you coming into a nigga life with this music and shit, I didn't have to go through. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly pick and choose the avenues and roads that I choose to drive.
Right.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And so, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm spilling the y'all. I don't want y'all to be like, man, who is this nigga, man? That's who I am. Yeah, I'm a star football player that just so happened to luck up and rap. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man. Hey, go check out my new album, Hogging Lanes. It's on all streaming platforms, 13 fire-ass tracks right now. Shout out to 2 Drink Dot, man. They sponsored that album, man.
And that concludes us, man.
You get in the car, they want you.
New episode.
They get in the car.
A Big Motion. Tap in or hear about on the back end, you heard?
Dead in the Mix, the network.
Yep.